Let me introduce myself. My name is Anna and I started my fitness journey around 10 years ago. Since then, I've fallen in love with fitness and I've also fallen out of love with fitness. I have had periods of time where I've been extremely consistent and I have had periods of time where I just couldn't be bothered to do anything. Over the years, I have had a ton of different fitness goals and they have changed and adapted as I have grown. Fitness goals can look different to all of us and they don't have to be the latest trend on TikTok or Instagram. I've reached a point in my fitness journey where my main focus is just to become the best version of myself. I want to feel and look healthy both on the inside and on the outside, and there's no reason why you can't too. So stick around and let's achieve our fitness goals together this year.
With a brand new year comes brand new goals, and one of mine is definitely to get fit and healthy, and I thought I would use today's video to kind of go through what I'm going to be focusing on when it comes to achieving my fitness goals this year and how maybe you guys could also focus on them too. I didn't realize the importance of this until, I would say not recently, but in recent years I've realized the importance of sleep. Now that might seem very silly to say. If I'm honest, I've been pretty bad at having a very good sleep schedule. I on average get around 6 hours a night, 7 hours if I'm lucky. So my sleep has never been the best. And that is something I really want to change because, especially since getting my Garmin and it kind of delves in deep into your sleep, I'm becoming more aware of the fact that if I'm not charged enough in terms of having enough rest or fueling my body properly, I am not going to be able to perform to the level that I want to perform. So if I'm not going to be sleeping until late, that means I'm not going to be getting up in the morning to go to my gym, which means most likely I'm going to miss that workout for the day, because for me, waking up in the morning and doing my workout then is optimal time, because I hate working out in the evenings so much. But if I'm going to bed super late and wanting to wake up early, I'm obviously going to wake up super tired. I'm not going to want to go. The workout isn't going to happen, or if it does happen, it's probably not going to be the strongest of workouts that I could have, because I'm not going to be energized. I'm not going to be able to perform to the best of my ability. So for me at the minute, sleep is so important, and I really want to delve into having an absolutely amazing evening and morning routine. And I think when it comes to having a good morning routine, it always starts with your evening routine. At least that is how it was with me. If I have a bad evening, I'm most likely gonna have a bad morning. So with the focus of having high quality sleep, that means I need to stop being on my phone until the moment I go to sleep. I really want to get into reading, because whenever I do read before bed, I end up getting so tired. I just drift off to sleep so much quicker and I fall into a deeper sleep quicker. My mind is at rest without even realizing my mind is racing so fast when I'm on social media, where if I read a book, I'm like slowing down, the lights are dimmed, I'm not having blue light, etc. I think it's just a much better way for your brain to relax before bed. I want to stop eating at least 2 hours before bed, because I noticed that sometimes when I would eat certain foods or eat so late at night before going to bed, my stress levels were super high when I was sleeping, which meant I wasn't able to rest because my body was too busy digesting the food to actually repair my body, which meant I felt super tired in the morning and just like crap. Next, I really want to plan ahead. So this kind of follows for me, at least with the whole sleeping routine, because by having the early night and the good evening routine, I am actually being very kind to my future self. And I'm having that plan of, okay, I need to have an early night tonight because tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym. So I need to make sure I set out my gym clothes. Tomorrow I'm going to go for a run. So I need to make sure that my Garmin is charged and I have my trainers prepared and my running socks, etc. You have a plan and you're organized around the workout that you want to do, you're more likely to do it, because it's so easy sometimes when there's a lot of resistance towards something to say, never mind, I'm not gonna bother. Planning on when you want to do your workouts, what workouts you want to do. If you're gonna go to the gym, what are you gonna do at the gym? Sometimes it can be really overwhelming, especially if you don't have a plan or if you haven't written out any workouts that you want to do. When you get to the gym, you kind of feel very overwhelmed. You're like, what do I do? It's so true when they say, if you want something to happen, it's better to plan it, because if you put a time on it and you put a date, you're more likely to follow through. Where if it's just an idea that you're thinking about doing, you're most likely gonna forget about it or not bother. Because if it's in the calendar and there's a set time and date where you've put in the time, where you're like, this is for this, you're more likely to do it. So yeah, I want to start planning ahead. So important to not focus on motivation, and I've heard this time and time again, because sometimes motivation is really hard to come by, and there's going to be periods like I have, like I still do have and I have had, where I have no motivation to do most things and I'll have a bit of a slump. When you're lacking motivation or you're feeling sad or whatever it is, or you just don't want to work out, I think it's important to not focus on the feelings that you're feeling, because they're only temporary. It's about having the discipline and the goal in mind and the why you're doing something. For example, at the minute, my why for running right now and what's kind of getting me out the door and going to run is the fact that I'm following a plan and I'm signing up for races. So I know that I need to keep that running momentum up, and I know I need to maintain that running level of fitness. So that's kind of given me the motivation to get up and go, because I know that I have that race date pending. It's on the way. So I know that if I don't go out and run, it's going to be a struggle to do the 10K that I'm signed up for, and I want to get a good time. So that's kind of like my discipline there. I know I need to do it because I need to reach that goal, because that's important for me. So I think it's just all about finding what's important to you and your why when it comes to fitness. I think just having that little prep talk, just say to yourself, even if I get to the gym, or even if I run for 5 minutes and that's all I can give that day, that's fine. Or even if I go to the gym and all I can do is 10 minutes, then that's fine. If you go and do one workout, it doesn't matter, but just go, because at the same time, when you just turn up, you're creating the routine. And that's something I'm focusing on so much right now, is just showing up. There's so many workouts that I've had recently, or runs, where I'm like, this is dog shit. My boyfriend laughs at me because I'll come back like, well, at least I did something. And that's literally all it is. At least you did something. At least you're showing up. Just show up, get there, do the workout and leave. But don't rely on motivation, because most likely you'll be more motivated to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Don't overcomplicate it. The amount of times I've thought about the perfect routine, oh, what do I need to do? What workouts do I need to do? Honestly, the basics are fine. Again, I go back to it. Just show up, do what you need to do. Start off with the basics. It doesn't need to be anything complicated. You don't need to be doing any crazy exercises. For too long, I focused on doing super crazy movements, and I thought that, oh, if I did this squat with my arm up there and my leg down here, and I did this, then I would get the booty of my dreams. Well, that's not the case. It's just about doing squats and hip thrusts and eating enough and making sure you're recovering enough by sleeping, etc. Like, it is literally just the basics. So there's no need to overcomplicate stuff. For me at the minute, I want to run twice a week and I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. My workout's going to look like 1 lower body session, 1 upper body session, a full body, and my 2 runs. But also do stuff that you enjoy, because when it comes to working out and being healthy, there's so many different things you can be doing. It doesn't have to just be going to the gym or going for a run. You don't have to be a long distance running girly, and you don't have to be like a muscle mummy. Like, you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. I think as long as you're getting your body moving is what's important. Because, for example, one of my friends, the gym isn't for her, and that's absolutely fine. She doesn't enjoy it. But when it comes to running, she's really enjoying it. She loves it, and she's being able to stay consistent. If you're trying to force something that you don't like, there's more of a chance you're not going to be able to stick to it. If you're doing something that you actually enjoy, you're more likely to show up on a week-to-week basis. You're more likely to create that routine and have that consistency, which means it can be part of your lifestyle, which is the most important thing in my opinion. So for me, I love going to the gym. At the minute, I hate the gym I go to. I really don't like it. So my plan is to sign up for a brand new gym, a gym that I actually like going to. At the end of the day, I'm spending like 2 or 3 hours there a week. I want it to be an enjoyable experience. I don't want to go just for the sake of going. I want to look forward to going to the gym. So for me, I like going to the gym, but I know how important it is for me to go to a gym that I like. And I know some people don't really care. They can go to any gym, they can work out from home, whatever it is. But for me, the space that I'm working out in is so important. So I know that if I want to be consistent at the gym, I have to like where I'm going. Stop with the all or nothing mentality. This relates to me in terms of food and exercise, because in my fitness journey, it's been a long one, but it's very much been times where I have been cutting and I've been following a very strict plan of like counting my macros, and I'm weighing out everything. If I'm gonna have some Maltesers, I'm gonna have 4 Maltesers and I'm gonna weigh them, and I'm gonna put that in my MyFitnessPal. And most recently, my fitness journey has not been the best, because I've been eating huge portions, not been weighing out anything, not really caring what I'm eating. I've had 2 polar opposites, being extremely strict with myself to just not really caring and not measuring anything at all. So this has been swapping around the whole time, because one of my goals is to kind of have a very sustainable approach to fitness and wellness and health in general, and for that I need to change my lifestyle. I can't be switching from one to the other to the other to the other. I want it to just be, this is me, this is what I do, this is my lifestyle. I go for 2 runs a week. I don't want to be in the situation where I have to do one thing or the other, where if I end up having one bad meal, I'm like, okay, well, let me just go eat this whole bag of cookies because the whole day's ruined, so I might as well start again tomorrow. Like, I don't want to have that mentality anymore. I want to be able to have balance in my life and not think to myself, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to sleep well at the minute, or I'm trying to eat well at the minute, so I can't go out for a meal with my friends, or I can't stay out late, or I can't have a drink. And I just want to find that middle ground of consistency and sustainability within my fitness journey. It doesn't have to be all meal prep, strict, you have to do this, because that's just not fun. And again, not sustainable. You'll end up slipping up, which is what I've done in the past. I slipped up, felt bad, fall back into old routines. It just reminds me of the time when I cut for about like 2 months and I loved my body. I felt so confident, I felt so good. But then the summer came around and I got out of routine and I went on holiday. I did some interrailing and I was just eating whatever I wanted to eat and I wasn't really working out. Then I kind of lost what I'd worked for and I kind of went like quite a few steps back, and then I never got back to where I was again because it just wasn't sustainable. So I want to be able to love my body and be healthy, but in a very sustainable manner where I can keep it up. It's not something where it's like, oh, well, I did that for a few months, felt good, now I'm back into old routines again. Like I'm done with that. I'm so done. It's all about stopping with the excuses and just making it happen, and making it happen one tiny step in the right direction. It doesn't need to be all or nothing. It doesn't need to happen today, it doesn't need to happen tomorrow, but all you need to do is take a step in the right direction. And once you get started with whatever it is you want to do, if you want to quit sugar, or if you want to start going to the gym, or you want to start running or whatever, once you start, you're more likely to keep going. Where if you never start, it's never going to happen. You're never going to get anywhere. So just start. Stop making excuses. And with that, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process, because that is the whole point of life. And again, I'm coming to realize that because we focus way too much on the end goal, the result, the what could be, what could we have. But the problem is with that is you're always chasing something, and there's always going to be something else that you can achieve. There's always going to be something else. I think when you get there, you're not actually there for very long, but then it's our natural tendency to kind of think, right, what's next? What can I work towards next? And then again, you get into this cycle of not being happy because you're constantly trying to get to something else. The important thing to do is just fall in love with the process, fall in love with your progress that you're making. And that's something that I'm really trying to do. And I am actually doing, because the same thing with running, I'm not expecting to be great. Like, I have come from the ground up and I'm already so proud of where I am, and I'm not super fast. When I go out for a run, most people overtake me, but that's absolutely fine. And I enjoy seeing my progress. It is a long one, but I enjoy seeing it, and that's what keeps me going. And life is just one big process. So you might as well enjoy it, because we're here for a long time, hopefully here for a long time. And you might as well just enjoy the ups and the downs and the trial and the error. I think you have to learn to love every part of changing yourself into this new healthy version of you. And the final one I want to say is I really I'm trying to focus on meal prepping. Again, this comes with planning ahead, and I was doing this for far too long, making my meals every single day, and that was stressing me out because I felt like I didn't have any time to relax. Cooking every night led me to just eating bigger portions because I wasn't really thinking ahead, and I was like, I'll just eat it all now and I'll figure out what I'm going to cook tomorrow, etc. That was just a habit I was in at that moment. And now very much getting into my new habit of meal prepping, thinking ahead of time, what easy meals can I make that are healthy and that I can actually store. So for the days that I'm working either from the office or at home, I can quickly grab my lunch, put it in the microwave, we're good to go. I get back from work, I finish work, all I have to do is get my Tupperware and put it in the microwave, eat, and we're good to go, because that also helps me with eating earlier, being able to relax before bed, which means that I can sleep earlier, which means I can wake up earlier, which keeps me on track with my morning routine, so I can go to the gym and do everything I want to do, and it's all planned. Everything ties in together quite nicely. So for me, meal prepping is super important, and then you can just become more aware as well of what you're eating. And meal prep doesn't really have to be boring. There's so many things that you can make which are fun and exciting and tasty, and sometimes they taste even better the day after you make it. So that is everything that I'm kind of focusing on. I really hope you enjoyed listening to everything that I'm planning on doing for the next few months, and I really can't wait to show you guys my progress and take you all along my journey to becoming the best version of myself, the healthiest I've ever been. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Ciao!